Welcome to our biohub. Today we will learn about kingdom Monera in details. To know about the biological classification process of organisms, watch the previous video on biological classification from our biohub. The link is given in the description box. In the last video on biological classification, we learned about the 5 kingdom classification of organisms. R.H. Whitaker classified organisms in 5 kingdoms. They are Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. Today, we will learn more about the kingdom Monera. So let's start. Kingdom Monera includes the most ancient, the smallest, the simplest, and the most abundant microorganisms. These organisms are most primitive. They are the first inhabitants of Earth, and they still exist. Bacteria are the sole members of this kingdom. Now, let's see the characters of Monera. They are unicellular, colonial, filamentous, prokaryotic organisms without a nuclear membrane. Their nucleus is not well defined. So what they have instead of nucleus? They have nucleoid. Nucleoid is composed of naked DNA, RNA and non-histone proteins. Their cell wall is made of peptidoglycan, except in Archaebacteria and Mycoplasma. They don't have any membrane-bound organelles. Their ribosomes are 70S types. Some bacteria are autotrophic, but majorly they are heterotrophic. And their reproduction is asexual types. Now, different bacteria can be grouped under 4 categories based on their shapes. They are spherical coccus, rod-shaped bacillus, comma-shaped vibrium, and spiral-shaped or spiral spirillum. Now, we will see a different type of classification, mainly depending on the structural organization and habitats of bacteria. They can be divided in 2 divisions, one Archaebacteria and 2 Eubacteria. Let's discuss about Archaebacteria. These bacteria are special since they live in some of the most harsh habitats or extreme habitats, such as extremely salty areas, hot springs, and marshy areas. They differ from other bacteria in having a different specialized cell wall structure, which is responsible for their survival in extreme conditions. Their cell membrane contains branched chain lipids. Archaebacteria are divided in 3 groups mainly: Methanogens, Halophiles, and Thermostatophiles. Methanogens. These Archaebacteria live in very marshy habitats. They are capable of converting carbon dioxide, methanol, and formic acid into methane, so they are called methanogens. Some examples of methanogenic bacteria are Methanococcus, Methanobacterium, etc. Halophile. They live in extreme saline environment such as salt lakes, sea, etc. Some examples of halophile bacteria are Halobacterium, Halococcus, etc. Now, the last type of Archaebacteria, Thermostatophiles. These bacteria are capable of tolerating high temperature as well as high acidity. That's why they are called thermoacidophiles. Some examples of thermoacidophiles are Thermoplasma, Thermoproteus, etc. Let's see the second type of bacteria, eubacteria. There are thousands of different eubacteria or trubacteria. They are mainly characterized by the presence of a rigid cell wall made of peptidoglycan. Those eubacteria have several subgroups like Cyanobacteria, Mycoplasma, Actinomycetes, Rickettsia, Chlamydia, Spirochetes, etc. Here, we will discuss about Cyanobacteria and Mycoplasma in details. Now, what is cyanobacteria? They are unicellular, colonial, filamentous algae. They can be found in freshwater or marine water, or in some terrestrial habitats. They have chlorophyll similar to the green plants. That's why they are called blue-green algae, and they are photosynthetic autotrophs. Some of these organisms can fix atmospheric nitrogen in specialized cells called heterocysts. Example, nostoc, anabina, etc. That's why they are vastly used as fertilizers in agriculture. Let's see another type of eubacteria, Mycoplasma. They are unicellular organisms which completely lack a cell wall. They are the smallest known organisms which can survive without oxygen. They are mainly pathogenic. They infect animals and plants. An example of mycoplasma is Mycoplasma mycoides. Now we will learn about the importance of bacteria. They play an important role in maintaining global ecosystem as they help in carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, etc. They work as decomposers. It means they decompose the body of various organisms after their death. Bacteria are used for synthesis of various food products in food industries like curd, cheese. Many bacteria are used to produce fertilizers. And antibiotics are made of bacteria which are used to treat bacterial diseases. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, do subscribe our biohub and press the bell icon to stay updated.